So, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So, day 2 here at Chery's new era of green mobility here at SM Mega Mall. So, remember, they will be here until Monday, and remember, check out for the upcoming ban tomorrow since this will be posted on Sunday. So, what do I have here today is actually, I've been wanting to drive this for almost a year now. So, this is the 2024 Chery Tiggo 8 Pro E Plus Hybrid. So, it's a long name. So, actually, this is Chery's first plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So, this is why I wanted to drive this for quite some time now. Understandable why Chery didn't want me to review the 2022 model because, I mean, here in the interior, yes, I can see there's a lot more differences than the 2022 model. Well, basically, this 2024 model has literally all the features, you name it all. But first, let's start in the exterior. Well, in the exterior, it looks exactly the same like with the 1.6 and 2 liter models. The only differences you can tell from the exterior is actually the Type 2 charger here on the left side of the vehicle. So being a Type 2 charger, you can literally charge this from 0 to 100% in 3 hours. You can charge here too at SM Mega since they have a lot of slow charging stations here at the moment. So speaking of powering, this is a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. The engine alone produces 155 horsepower and 230 Newton meters of torque. And the electric motor itself produces 94 horsepower and 155 Newton meters. So the combined output for all of this is at 320 horsepower and 545 Newton meters of torque. So that's pretty insane figures for this vehicle. So remember too, this one is mated to a DHT hybrid transmission. Well, technically it's a CVT, but again, it's connected to all the batteries here and there. So at the rear too, it's exactly the same too like with the 1.6 models. Even the boot space remains the same. So with all of the seats up, you have 100 so liters. With the third row down, you have 1,179 liters. And with finally with all of the seats down, you have 2,101 liters, which is among one of the most spacious in this class. So two, I can finally confirm something from my previous Tiggo 8 Pro 1.6 review, that I said it could be more than the official ground clearance of 167 millimeters. Well, I said in the review 196 millimeters, but I can finally now confirm this is at 167 millimeters because side to side you can see with this Tiggo 5X it's at 196. So you can see with this Tiggo 8 it sits much lower than that of the 5X. So 167 millimeters, that's the official ground clearance. Whilst everything is mostly the same with the exterior among the Tiggo 8 models, it's once you sit in here with this PHEV model where there are a lot more changes. So this PHEV model is dominated by two 12.3-inch screens, and as well, this is pretty new for me too. Here in the instrument cluster, you can see this car's actually being charged up at the moment. So the infotainment system, this is as well equipped with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and unique too with this PHEV model, this has an 8-speaker Sony sound system, which sounds actually pretty good. I've heard this already in person. So anyways, here in the steering wheel, it has a flat bottom, it's chunky, it's durable, but actually still nice to the touch. So you have your adaptive cruise control buttons on the left side and your phone connectivity buttons on the right side. There's actually a heater button here too. Interesting. So here in the door card, okay, it looks the same like with the 1.6 model. So you get leather soft pads for your elbow, silver trims over here, and the seats too here remains the same like with the 1.6 model. You have butterfly headrest, and the seats here, dare I say it, the quality feels almost as good as like with BMWs. And the bolstering, actually not so bad too. Remember, you can adjust the lumbar support of this. But I'll be very honest, only I prefer the brown tan color scheme of the 1.6 model. I wish you can option that too with this car. So here again in the dashboard, there's black leather pads here, silver trim just below the infotainment system. Oh yeah, too, there are no more paddle shifters for this PHEV model. And then below the air conditioning vent, still the same like with the 1.6 model. You have buttons above here, and then you have a digital screen for your air conditioning controls. I didn't mind it in the first place because you can get used to it pretty easily. And here around in the center console remains exactly the same too. So apart from, you have additional driving modes here now on the right side. So you have that EV and that HEV mode. And too, around here in the gear shift on the left side, there's that B mode. So that's for adjusting the brake regeneration system, yet again since this being a PHEV model. So further behind, you have a cubby space, two cup holders. Open this center console box up, you have 2 USB ports, and still retains this cooling function along the Tiggo 8 lineup. So this is the second and third row of this Tiggo 8 PHEV. So here in the door card, it remains exactly the same too. So you get your Sony speakers here yet again. And yet again, the color scheme here is all black. So apologies for the lighting. It's an event. Few more things I missed at front. So below the center console, you still have your phone storage, just a 12-volt socket. But unlike with the 5X Pro, this does not have USB ports on the left side. So I find it very weird that this PHEV model doesn't get that at all. So on the side of this right front passenger seat, you can adjust them here at the rear. So of course this Tiggo 8 PHEV could be marketed for very big executives here in the market. So the rear seats of this PHEV, so it's black again as well too. They'll have the butterfly headrest, and here you have a central armrest with 2 cup holders with flimsy grips on it. And then here at the rear of the seats, you have 2 map pockets and then 2 air conditioning vents along with your controls and 1 USB port. So space here in the back, it's still pretty good like with every other Tiggo 8. So feet room, knee room, and headroom. Despite the panoramic sunroof, I fit here with no issue whatsoever. Even taller people will not have any problems sitting here at the second row. So too, if I sit here in the middle, there's no transmission tunnel whatsoever. So sitting here in the middle is a little bit stiffer than usual, but it will give you a straight back anyways. But the cushions for the seats themselves are just as good in either left or right side of the seat. Let's go to the third row. Okay, push you all the way down. And then here in the third row, okay, apologies for the lighting over here. The space here in the third row will be perfect for small kids and small adults like me. I mean, the feet room is not so bad. My knee room, okay, about this much, and then my headroom, okay, just enough for me. As I said, small people will be perfect here in the back. So toys here, you have seat belt holders on either side, along with a cubby space and cup holder, 1 cup holder, 2 on each side. And then sitting here in the rear, of course, you still have, this still retains the butterfly headrest, and the seats here as comfortable as ever. So yeah, that's about it here with the third row too. Let's go for a dive. So driving this all-new 2024 Chery Tiggo 8e Plus PHEV model, well, just coming out here immediately in the car park, we are at EV mode. So actually it seems peppy even though you're just running on the electric motor itself. So as well, it's all the driving modes are here. Okay, and then there's sport mode, which automatically makes you go to each EV mode. So I can't wait to floor this. Okay, here's an empty stretch. Whoa! Whoa, okay. So that's 545 Newton meters for you on the top. Wow, that's pretty amazing, the torque. So like with the 5X Pro that I've driven just yesterday, the torque is literally instant. And as well, the response time of this is pretty insane too, I have to say. And then here, let's clear up the load a little bit. Okay, let's put you back to EV mode. Oh, you have to put it back into normal first. Okay, let's leave it first in normal mode. Okay, a little bit confusing with the toggle switch here. Okay, sport mode. Whoa! Okay, that's pretty nuts. I've never experienced a Chery that can skid its wheels. Wow. Okay, normal and sport mode, of course, the steering feel varies. Normal is okay, it's just alright, and then sport mode is actually on another level. And then here, I don't know why it's not going back to EV mode at the moment. So anyway, so just leave it here first in normal mode. Okay, it's just running on EV mode as well, just being on stop and go traffic. And as well, the cameras here just as good as like with the 1.6 models. On the electric motor power alone, official range given by Chery PH is actually around 80 to 95 kilometers. So actually it says here 72 kilometers left, which is actually pretty good if you're just driving here around in the city. You have the panoramic sunroof, but I will close it because it's so freaking hot today. Okay, let's calm it down. Oh yeah, 2 with the B mode, so like going out in the car park only. So I was wondering why it was bogging down. So I've noticed the regeneration has 3 modes, so 1, 2, 3. 2 being actually alright. So if you're like driving around EDSA. This is Region 2 and 3 actually will be perfect for city driving. It's you don't even have to press the brake anymore. On level 1, okay, it's alright, but then again, it's perfect only if you're just like cruising on the highway. And then here, normal mode. Oh my gosh! Oh. So that's the forward collision warning doing its thing only. And as well, I noticed now too with the brakes, it's a little bit weird at first. Of course, it's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, so it kind of sometimes it's so soft. Later on, the bite gets really hard. Oh my gosh! And the handling too is pretty good. And I noticed too, comparing now with the 1.6 model, so I have not driven, by the way, at the 2-liter model. So I did notice as well, just being the PHEV model now, this you can feel the weight a little bit only. So this one weighs more than the 1.6, so this one's already like 204 kilograms heavier than the 1.6, since again you have the additional battery. So here, just in EV mode, oh, gets off the line pretty quickly too, not to my surprise. Actually, it's pretty peppy too, even though, yes, as I said, this is a pretty heavy car, like almost 1,700 kilograms. And then here, flirt. Whoa! Wow, that's just EV mode. Pretty insane. So here I'm not using the brake whatsoever, it's just doing the regen braking. I just left it at level 2. I find level 3 a little bit, a bit too OA, just being honest. I mean, if you're just like heavy stop and go traffic, level 3 will be perfect. Yeah, but it's so surreal driving a Chery on battery power alone. So I wish 5X Pro Hybrid was equipped with this electric motor, that you can run it on electric motor alone. As well, NVH as well, going over rumble strips and then going over uneven pavement. Or I'll actually test it on here going back to Mega Mall. Why I wanted to talk about the suspension too, because as well, like I said earlier, this is a way heavier car now than the 1.6 model. So that's to accommodate to the addition of the batteries. But so far so good on smooth roads. So let's try it out again here in the back of Mega Mall, since it's known for the bumpy roads. And to Chery's claim for a full tank of gas, a full charge of battery, the total range of this is 950 kilometers, which is pretty amazing, I have to say. You're going uneven surfaces of it. Okay, you can feel the firmness of the suspension. As well too, the tire noise is not so bad too. There you go. Not much suspension tad too, which is actually pretty good too. And here, over bump, and then here's this bad bump over here that I tested out in the 5X Pro. Wow, soaks them up pretty well. This is probably the perfect Chery SUV at the moment. I mean, it's a hybrid electric vehicle, although just being honest, the price point of this is a little bit steep. So this one stands at 2,698,000 pesos. So that's like 200,000 pesos more than the 2022 model. However, I would say you get a lot for your money. I mean, you get all the tech in the world. Remember, this still has adaptive cruise control, and it's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So your fuel bills won't be as extreme as like some of the regular combustion engines. The fuel economy of this Tiggo 8 PHEV, since I was just majority running on EV mode only, it's been doing 10 kilometers per liter here in the city, which is pretty amazing. Remember, I'm flooring it most of the time as well in EV mode. So comparing with the 7 kilometers of the 5X Pro mild hybrid, yeah, I mean, this is worth the steal. I said earlier, 2.6 million pesos is pretty steep. However, you will get some of your money back in your fuel bills. So that concludes my review of this Tiggo 8 Pro E Plus Hybrid. Finally, I got to drive this after more than a year. So I'd like to thank everyone here again at Chery Auto Philippines for their new green mobility tour, and to Sir Ron over here of Chery Bacoor. These are his contact details. So please give this a test drive until Monday by the time this is posted, and I hope you guys can drive any of the hybrid models because all of them are pretty good. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews. Bye bye.